into the end zone. And it's pulled down. What a catch by Clemens.
What's up, everyone? Bringing you a Week 14 matchup here between Clemens and Lance. This one had zero playoff consequences to it, as both teams had already been eliminated. But this was probably by far the closest game of the week. I would say came down to the absolute wire. So let's look and see how this happened. Is Lance was able to pull out the dub and finish this season on a high note. So Aaron Rodgers for you Clemens had 341 yards, I should say, 4 TDs. So very, very good day for A-Rod. Timmy Brady, 34.12 points at 363, 2 TDs. Also had a touchdown rushing. Timmy Brady's still rushing touchdowns having at the age of 45, 48, 56 years old. I don't know how old he is, but he's still running the ball for him. Nick Chubb had 17 carries, 59 yards, 3 receptions for 6 yards. So very bad game for him, especially in a game where Kareem Hunt went down in the game early, so he still couldn't find much running room against the Raven defense. Antonio Gibson had 3.1 points, 10 carries, 36 yards, also had 2 receptions for 5 yards. So a sketchy day for him for sure after having some really big weeks before that. James Robinson had a terrible week here. 6 carries, 4 yards. I don't know if this was the Urban Meyer effect or what. He's had 2 bad weeks back to back. Urban Meyer taking him out of games, not putting him back in because he fumbled once or something. I don't know. So, but yeah, so Urban's gone now. So the consolation bracket, it could be big for you, Clemens. So keep him in your lineup. That's definitely a mystery. Deontay Foreman had 13.2 points. Probably had one of his best games of the season. Had a touchdown, 47 yards rushing, 2 catches, 15 yards. CeeDee Lamb had 11.1 points, 7 receptions, 61 yards. Had an absolutely great game here for you, Clemens. Didn't get the touchdown, but still solid production. Mike Evans, 6 catches, 91 yards, and a TD. Catching some deep bombs there from Timmy Brady in this one. Laquan Treadwell. I don't think that's a name I've ever had to read off in our fantasy league before in a lineup. Is Laquan Treadwell playing an NFL game? But hey, he showed up pretty well. Had 4 catches, 68 yards. So hey, man, good job, Clemens. He almost got you to win playing Laquan Treadwell. That would have been something that would have been noteworthy in our league to say, hey, someone won a week playing Laquan Treadwell. Almost happened, but not quite, Clemens. T. Higgins, though, 13.9 points, 5 receptions, 114 yards. He's really coming on as of late. Of course, after I trade him, it feels like all the people I trade away, they start going off like the week after I trade them away. Kittle, Higgins, it's wild, man. But hey, I gotta live with it. Blanton, for you Clemens, you had to make a pivot with Tyler Higbee becoming a surprise COVID list addition. But he gave you something, 3.9 points. Wasn't quite need like about 4.5 to get the win, but hey, it's all good. Dalton Schultz, 1 catch, 4 yards. Very, very bad performance from him. If you had told me that Dalton Schultz would have fewer points than K. Blanton this week, I would have said what? But hey, it happened. Sonny Michel, 7.9 points in a plus matchup. Got pretty decent amount of yards, just couldn't get into the end zone. Mike Williams had 9.1 points, 6 receptions for 61 yards. Solid day from him. Young Ho Koo had 11 points. Very nice day kicking the ball. And Ryan Suckup also came through with 9 points for you, Lance. And finally, the Brown defense came up big here, 14 points, taking advantage of Lamar Jackson not being in the lineup. And then the Cardinal defense only came through for 2. So nice end to your season here, Lance, as you enter into the consolation bracket. Hopefully you can get that #1 pick if that's something you feel like you benefit from. I don't know if you're keeping any first rounders this year. If not, then you definitely want that first round pick to be able to have your pick of the litter, so to speak, of what players come through. Same for you, Clemens. Try to get that #1 overall pick if you're not trying to keep someone in the first round this year. So good luck to you both here in the consolation bracket. The season didn't go the way you wanted them, but hey, there's still a way to salvage your years, right? Keep playing strong to the finish.